we're going to be working on balancing equations from words. And this top part is some notes that you already have, so you don't need these. Okay, so formulas and equations from words. First of all, formula is something that tells you the number of atoms and type of elements in a compound. So we have magnesium chloride. We got a subscript there. It tells me I have 2 chlorines in this formula. A chemical equation is a representation of the reaction. So that's where we have our reactants, our products, and our yield sign. So here are the notes that you do need to start is our equations, our chemical equations from words. And our first example is going to be a solution of copper 2 chloride and solid sodium react to form sodium chloride dissolved in water and copper that's a solid. Now, I'm going to talk about state symbols, and that's what tells us if it's a solid, a liquid, a gas, or aqueous. AQ means dissolved in water. So we have a solution. That means it's dissolved in water of copper chloride. Okay, so here we have our copper chloride plus sodium is going to react to form. Okay, so when we are reacting to form products, we have our yield sign, copper and sodium chloride, and this is our equation from words. And then I can take it and turn it into an equation with formulas. So copper chloride, how do I write that? Well, we have copper 2. So copper has a +2 and chlorine has a -1. You need to crisscross those charges and you will get copper 2 chloride, and it's a solution, so we need that state symbol AQ. And solid sodium. Well, here's sodium. It's not a Brinkelhoff. It does not need that too. And it's solid. That's an S, and these are those state symbols that we'll go over next. And it's going to form solid copper, so there's my copper solid, okay, and sodium chloride, +1 -1, here we go, 1 and 1, we got to crisscross, and it's dissolved in water, so that's aqueous. Once I'm done with all this, I need to balance. I have 2 chlorines, which is why I have the 2 subscript there, but that gives me 2 sodiums, so I put a 2 there, and now I have a copper, 2 chlorines, 2 chlorines, 2 sodiums, 2 sodiums, okay? And these big numbers are our coefficients. So here are your notes on state symbols. State symbols will tell us what state our chemical is in. So S is for solid, L is for liquid, G is for gas, and AQ means dissolved in water, which sometimes you will also see that it's a solution, okay, and that's symbolized by AQ, okay, so salt water, that's salt dissolved in water, that's aqueous, that's a solution. Now these part of the notes you don't have to have either because you already have them, but I am going to review them. Our diatomic elements are elements that when they are alone, they exist as a pair. I like to say they're afraid of the dark, okay? So they exist as 2 atoms, and those are our Brinkelhoffs that you should already have on your periodic table. So if I say hydrogen and oxygen make water, I put hydrogen, H2, oxygen, O2, make water, okay? Now, these guys aren't alone. They're in a compound, so I don't care. But hydrogen's alone, it needs a 2. It's a Brinkelhoff. Oxygen's alone, it's a 2. It needs a Brinkelhoff. You would not write it like this. An H alone, an O alone, and H2O. Okay, H2O is correct. But these guys, they're alone. You got to put those 2's there, and those are your diatomics.